she gave him was like...
She was like, I'm sorry, you fucking what?
How dare you? But I think because their baby child was there, she didn't want to, like, go off on him.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Which is completely fair.
Yeah, I think if the baby was there, I probably wouldn't throw the corn at his head.
You'd be thinking about it, though.
Oh, God. I'd picture it in my brain and save it.
Exactly. That was, like, his first kind of offence. I think his second one was, like, just generally being rude to her.
He was...
And also, like, trying to pressure her into things she didn't want to do because his friends did it.
That annoyed me.
So, his sexual fantasy is anal, but only because his workmates have been talking about it. And the way that they described it, like...
is wrong.
Like, to quote the show, he said... His friend said, Dan, just send it. Send it meaning just doing it without getting confirmation.
And not very safely.
And not safely at all.
He was like, yeah, just put it in.
And it's like, that's not how that works.
And that's also how someone ends up in hospital.
Yeah, that's how you really hurt your partner. Like, it was just such an immature view.
It was also, like, an uneducated view. You'd think, like, if it was your fantasy, you'd do, like, a little bit of research, or you'd watch enough porn on it to understand that that's not always necessarily the case.
No.
Actually, in porn, it portrays it pretty fucking badly. But, like, no, honey, that's not how you do it.
You'd still want to, like, if my partner came to me and was like, hey, I want to try anal, I'd be like, sure, but do you even understand the logistics of it? Like, how does it work? And then look into it as, like, a couple, opposed to, like, him just being like, I want to do it because my workmates are doing it.
It's oh my God. It's like when you're a teenager and you want to go somewhere because your mates are going. Like, you're trying to convince your mum.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally written here, rude, ungrateful, lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy not so much because he is providing for his family, I get it. But she said she would rather have less money and spend more time with him. And he made it very clear that he was happy about the money as well. Which, I'm not being funny, everyone gets happy about money. It happens. But she wants to spend more time with him when all he can think about is working.
And to be fair, remember she works Fridays and Saturdays, a part-time job, whilst bringing up their small toddler.
Yeah.
And cooking him dinner and cleaning all the time, holding down a part-time job.
That's why I put lazy. Yes, he's working a lot, but he's not helping out at home at all.
No. And she makes that very clear.
Yeah.
And the romance in the relationship is lost. Like, something she keeps on bringing up, which, like, I know can seem like such a small thing, but if you start a relationship with someone buying you presents all the time or, like, flowers all the time, and then they just stop, that's kind of like, considering how much money they have, it's just a bit... It can show, like, a withering relationship, I think.
Yep.
Because what you do is you get used to the idea of that person doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a small... Like, in my personal life, me and my partner go to the pub a lot with Kira and everyone else. And sometimes he'll buy me a drink and I'll buy him one. And that's kind of... If one of us has more money than the other, that's what we do.
This makes sense.
Yeah, but it's not even spoken about. It's not even like, oh, babe, do you mind? Like, it's literally just like, hey, I know...
You just do it.
Yeah. Because I love you and I want you to be as drunk as I am. So, like...
Yeah.
But,
sex. What do you think about that?
Oh my God. It looked good until it ended.
Until it abruptly ended.
It abruptly ended. So they had done 3 positions, giving and receiving head to both. So that's 2 positions, and then like doggy. And then at the end he was just like, I'm tired. And then stopped and got off.
I don't even think he finished or she finished.
Yeah, no,
it was
he
very
didn't.
quickly and just stopped. And she went, what's wrong? And he said, I need sleep. And she went, huh? And he was like still like hunched over her. And he was like, I need sleep. And she was like, okay. And just kind of crawled out from underneath him.
Yeah, and laid down next to him and went to sleep.
That was, I get like, you got to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. That was really abrupt and really weird.
I mean, don't start something if you can't finish it.
Yeah,
like, if you know that, like, your sex life is never a quickie, you know, you plan it a bit better. You go to bed a bit earlier.
But also, like, I don't know, I've managed to go to work on, like, 3 hours sleep because I've been busy.
Same. Yeah, but we're young and sprightly.
Yeah.
They're 25 and 28 or something.
Yeah, but, like, you know, there are ways around it.
That's true. But, like, it just shows how disinterested in sex that he didn't even care for his own orgasm.
Well, he was like, I want more sex. Like, when she sat down to him and said, we need to talk about our situation, the first thing he mentioned was, we need more sex. And she was just looking at him like, no, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on in the relationship, not about sex.
Yeah.
His brain is like a 14-year-old boy. Sex.
And then him being like, I'm tired, and walking away from the conversation.
Yeah.
Not even like, sure, let's talk about sex after, but like right now, I want to discuss the intricacies of our relationship for our child.
Yeah.
And him just being like, I want sex. Like a caveman. Like, feed me, shag me, leave me alone.
Give me food, give me baby, piss off.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like watching Dan treat Kemi the way he did. It makes me angry.
It's also like, if he's shouting at her like the way he did.
Yeah. There's a scene where they're arguing and he just shouts at her very aggressively.
I don't even think they're arguing. I think she's just trying to get his attention. He's on his phone. And he goes, shut up.
Mm.
It's like, if you're starting to raise your voice and you're getting snappy because you're tired, how far will you eventually go?
Yeah.
How far can you justify yourself actually going one day?
Yeah. Well, like, after the VT, he just said that he was selfish and snappy and he wants to be less selfish and snappy, but it's like, if that's true...
It's all fucking well saying it, but you got to do it.
Well, in the conversation after they watched the VT, all he spoke about was anal. That's the only thing he actually chipped in on.
Yeah.
Like, if my partner was sat next to me and we were trying to fix our issues and all he could talk about was anal, I'd be like, we're not doing it at all.
Yeah, she was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And he looked disappointed and it's like, sorry, honey, but you're going to have to find your fantasy somewhere else.
Well, I think with things like fantasies or like role plays or kinks, whatever, you need to kind of like, in a relationship setting, other situations are separate, but in a relationship setting, you need to have that trust and that bond, and you need to know that the person won't hurt you on purpose.
Yeah. Just start off slowly.
And communicate properly.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what happened 3 months later.
So do I. I hope they break up.
What do you reckon's going to happen to all the couples? For Aaron and Georgia, what do you reckon?
He showers more, they have more sex.
Yes, that's what I reckon as well. Seb and the other one, I forgot his name. Dan.
They try and make it a little more kinky.
What's his name? I've forgotten his name.
The bloke.
Yeah. Sabrina and Mike, there you go.
He tries to fulfill her needs in bed.
And for them two? Kemi and Dan?
I won't be surprised they break up.
I want them to break up. But I don't think it's going to be the case.
I don't.
I want Kemi to find someone who will love her the way she deserves to be loved.
Yeah. I don't know, he reminds me a bit like an incel.
Please explain what an incel is for us.
I don't know the definition.
Kira is going to do a Google.
Okay, Google the definition. I only know because we take the piss out of them a lot. A term involuntary celibate refers to a self-identified member of an online subculture based around the inability to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one, a state of described as inceldom or I'm not pronouncing that.
That's kind of like the guy who's like, I was so nice to you because I picked up your pen that one time. Why won't you sleep with me?
Like they blame women as to why he can't have sex.
Yeah.
Like he expects stuff done for him and he's like, they're like the typical but I'm a nice guy, and it's like, well, you're clearly not so nice if you have to constantly point out that you're a nice guy.
Yeah, nice guys are just nice. So we're back in the podcasting chair to talk about Georgia and Aaron, the next couple on our list. It's
Georgina.
also Georgina. My bad. Bad with names. Asked my boyfriend. Couldn't remember his name for a while. Georgina and Aaron. So they met each other when they were 19. How long have they been together? About 17 years. They've been together 17 years, and they seem really loving and really kind and compassionate. Like, a relationship doesn't last that long without there being some kind of love, you know?
Yeah, they've got 3 kids together.
It's a lot of kids.
It is. It's not. But, like, you know, they've got 3 kids together. I think one of the kids is slightly older and the 2 ones are quite young. So that they must have... You know, they seem good for each other. They genuinely really, really do. I think they've just got, like, small problems with, like, the personal hygiene side of things.
Yeah, so in the VT, it comes out, Aaron talks about his autism, and that is discussed quite a bit, and how, because of his autism, he doesn't like the feeling of water being on him, he doesn't like the feeling of being damp, which is quite a common thing.
Yeah, it's like a sensory thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a common sensory issue, but because of that, it makes Georgia not want to, like, have sex with him or touch him and all that stuff.
Yeah, so she was saying when they do have sex, which is once every couple of months, she's getting UTIs, she's getting problems down there because he's not clean. And I'm not being funny, but you wouldn't want to touch a dick if it hadn't been washed for like 7 days, would you?
Yeah, but I think a problem in the relationship as well is that, like, so Aaron is a judo instructor and he washes before every single
judo session, but not for his own wife.
But not for his own wife, which I think causes a lot of tension in the relationship. That was a door. Which causes a lot of tension in the relationship in terms of not feeling like she's good enough for him to have a shower.
Yeah. Well, one thing I did pick up on when they first started was he always makes sure she has an orgasm before he's finished.
Yeah.
Which I think...
Fair enough. That's nice of him.
Bang in.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're just goofy and, like, they're a generally really good couple. I think they just... things are faltering in certain cases. I think he doesn't want to... I think he's not really putting much effort in. But when she started crying when they were on the sofa describing what was going on, he has almost ignored the fact that she's crying and offered her a Dr. Pepper. But I think that's where the autism side comes in.
Yeah, like they explain in their VT that a lot of their problems come from the fact that neither of them understand each other.
That annoyed me. They've been married for 17 years and she had to Google what autism was?
I don't know. I think so. That wasn't her Googling it to, like, understand it. It was more like the documentary makers being like, can you just explain what autism is?
But it's like, she said, I don't understand him. I don't understand the autism side in him. There are other ways you can learn.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like they both need to be more compassionate in the relationship generally. But more so, it kind of leans on Georgina to kind of pick up the pace with that because of Aaron's autism.
There are ways around him having showers and stuff, like,
yeah, baby wipes, they exist.
Baby wipes, or like just kind of get him in the mindset that he's about to go to judo, or she needs to ask him if he wants to have the sex. If he wants to have sex as often as he says, she's going to have to say, right, you're not touching me unless you get in that shower. Because they're just putting that off.
Yeah, they really are. I do feel bad for Georgina though because she feels guilty.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is her. So she said that she feels guilty for saying no. And that, like, she does actually masturbate like twice a month to kind of kick that scratch that Aaron was completely unaware of.
Yeah. Well, he was happy when he found out that, like, there was like a little bit of libido there that they can work with, which is a good thing. Yeah,
of course. Like, it was a welcomed revelation opposed to a why don't you come get me? Why don't you love me? Like, it was definitely a welcome revelation that they were both masturbating, and they were both having sexual feelings and, like, still kind of getting there, which is important.
Weird suggestion, but if they don't want to jump straight into having sex, why don't they just masturbate in front of each other?
I mean, that's a great suggestion.
Like, just to get the kind of ball rolling a bit more.
Yeah. But then, as she said, he's always either on the PlayStation or asleep on the kitchen floor whenever she does it. So, for her, it's a very private moment. I didn't like the fact that he said that when she was 19, her body was amazing.
Yeah. It's almost like saying her body wasn't so amazing now.
Yeah. Like, that's the mother of your child.